All right, you guys. I'm going to wait for a few people to get on before we get started. We'll be tapping on Overwhelm. And all right, welcome. I'm just trying to make sure I can see my notes because I had some people submit in advance some of the things they're feeling overwhelmed on. Hey, would you mind hitting a heart or a like or something so I know you can hear me okay? I would appreciate that. Can you hit a heart or a like so I know you can hear me okay? And if you have anything that you are feeling really overwhelmed about today, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I'm just going to hang out just a moment here. Thank you for the hearts. I'm glad to know you can hear me okay. I'm just going to go over some of the things that people have already sent me, but if you have anything specific that you're feeling overwhelmed about, please put it in the comments and I will try to add that into our tapping as well. So I'm just going to wait another moment or two because I know there's a few more people coming on. But let's go ahead and have you put both of your feet on the ground and take a deep breath in. And let that out. Take another deep breath in. And let that out. And we'll go ahead and get started and people will join right when they're supposed to. So for those of you that are new to tapping, you can use your left hand or your right hand to tap on the tapping points and just follow along with us. I'm not going to describe more than that, but I'll tell you the points that we're on. So go ahead and start tapping at the top of your head, and you're tapping towards the back where your head actually goes up a little bit. And we are going to start tapping. Just follow along with me and repeat after me. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. And this is just to get us connected right now because I'm going to have you do a little quick exercise to measure in just a moment. Inside eye. I'm so overwhelmed. And you're going right on the inside of the eye there. And then outside the eye, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Under eye. I'm feeling all this overwhelm. Under nose, so much overwhelm. Chin, I'm overwhelmed, overwhelmed, overwhelmed. Collarbone, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. And underarm, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. All right, I want to have you stop here and just take a deep breath in. And now that you're kind of in tune with the feelings in your body about being overwhelmed, I want you to measure them on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is you're not feeling any overwhelm at all, and 10, you are so overwhelmed. So I want you to measure your overwhelm that you're feeling in your body right now on that scale of 0 to 10. And you can feel free to type it in the comments below so I know where you're at, or just note it to yourself. Either way is good. I want you to have a starting point so you know where you're starting at with how you're feeling, so you know the shifts that are happening for you as we tap on overwhelm. I also want you to note where in your body you're feeling it. And you can put that information in the comments too. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining. And Denise, Marilee, Patty. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are here. So go ahead and notice in your body where you are feeling overwhelmed. So we're measuring on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, you don't feel overwhelmed at all. And 10, you're feeling totally overwhelmed. And we're just noticing where you feel it in your body, maybe what it feels like. Okay? So now that you have that starting point, we're going to go right back into tapping. Start at the top of the head. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Inside eye. I have so many things to do. Outside eye. I don't even know how I'm going to get them all done. Under eye. I have so much to do. Under nose. So much to do for my business. Chin. I have long to-do list. Collarbone. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. Underarm. My list is so long. Top of head. I keep checking it. Inside eye. I keep checking my list. Outside eye. I'm afraid I'm going to miss something. Under eye. I have a book to write. Under nose. I have my business to get moving. Chin. I have postcards I need to get done. Collarbone. I have business cards to get done. Underarm. I have to find an office space. Top of head. I need to get my newsletter set up. Inside eye. I need a Facebook page. It's a long list of things. Outside eye. I have so many things to get done. Under eye. I'm trying to stay balanced. Under nose. I'm trying so hard to stay balanced. Chin. There's so many natural disasters going on. Collarbone. It feels like they're right in my backyard. Underarm. It feels like all these natural disasters are right in my backyard. Top of head. I'm sharing my space. Inside eye with some other people. It's overwhelming. I love her, but it's overwhelming. Under nose. I'm feeling this in my chest. Chin. I'm feeling this in my throat. Collarbone. I'm feeling this in my shoulders. Underarm. I feel this all over my body. We're going to stop here, and I want you to take a deep breath in and let that out. And I want you to tune back into the places in your body where you're feeling overwhelmed and notice if they've shifted at all. Have they shifted and moved somewhere else? Or has the intensity gone down? And I also want you to check back in and say, I am overwhelmed. So go ahead and repeat that after me. I am overwhelmed. And measure the intensity of that from 0 to 10. 0, you're not overwhelmed at all. So if you feel less overwhelmed from when we started just moments ago, your number will have gone down. If you feel more overwhelmed, your number would have gone up. And so if you're super overwhelmed, you're at a 10. So just notice where you are now and take your new number down. Write it on a piece of paper or have it in your mind or comment on Facebook here. Let me know where you're at. We'll just wait a moment so you can check in with the different places in your body and write the numbers down, and comment here would be great. Kim, it looks like you dropped down from 8 to 5 and it's moved. Patty, it's still in your throat, but you're a 4. Marilee, you went down from 9 to 7. Good, so there's some shifts happening. Awesome. Good. So let's go right back into it because we want to get these numbers lower, okay? So take another deep breath in and start right back on the top of your head. I am so overwhelmed. Inside eye, Denise, good, 6 to 3, nice. Inside eye, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Outside eye, overwhelmed, overwhelmed, overwhelmed. Under eye, I have so much to do. Under nose, and so much I want to do. Crease and chin, I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. Collarbone, I want to get it all done. Underarm, especially for my business. Top of head, and I want to get my book done. Inside eye, I just need time to write. Outside eye, I just need time for my business. Under eye, I don't know how to make more time. Under nose, there's so much to do. Chin, and there are so many people in the way. Collarbone, I'm so overwhelmed. Underarm, so many people in the way. Top of head, and it seems like there's cats everywhere. It's what Mary Lee just wrote. I feel that same way sometimes. Thank you, Kim. I'll stop saying the points. I just didn't know if there were any new people on that hadn't tapped before, but it looks like I think everybody here is tapped or you know the points now. So just keep tapping. I'm so overwhelmed. I feel all this overwhelm. It's right here in my throat. It's right here in the front of my head. I feel it in my shoulders. And I feel it in my kidneys. I'm feeling all this overwhelm. Overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. So stop here and take another deep breath in. And let that out. And say out loud, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And measure that on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, you're not feeling overwhelmed at all. 10, it's super intense. So remeasure. If you're feeling more overwhelmed, your number went up. If you're feeling less, it went down. And then go back and check in with the front of your head, your throat, your shoulder and kidneys, or wherever else you were feeling it. And check in and see how you're feeling there. And I'll just take a moment here so you can jot your notes down and comment below so I know where you're at. Mary Lee, you're down to a 5. Awesome. You're making some progress. Feel free to comment anything else that is popping up in your mind as well. So just start tapping again if you are still feeling some pain and you've already commented here. And I'm just going to wait for a couple more comments to come in. Awesome, Kim. I'm glad you're yawning. And Denise, it seems to be moving up. Started in my chest, now at the top of my head. So good. That's actually good because it's heading up to clear out. The top of your head is a place that it will release. So that is a good thing. Okay, good, Mary Lee. All right. I'm still feeling overwhelmed. And I don't want to feel this way. In fact, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of feeling overwhelmed. I have so many things to do. I don't know how I'm going to get them all done. I feel this really strong in my throat. I feel all this overwhelm in my throat. So I want each of you to focus on what it feels like exactly wherever it is. So Patty, in your throat, notice the sensation. Is it pulling? Is it tight? Does it feel like there's a rod in there? Kim, with your head still hurting, what does it feel like? Does it feel like somebody's pushing? Does it feel like you're being pounded on? And Denise, with moving from your chest up to the top of your head, what does that feel like? Marilee, I'm not sure if it's still in your shoulders and kidneys. And wherever it is right now, I want you to tune in and notice exactly what it feels like. And I want you to feel it. Because so many times we want to ignore it and we just want it to go away. Hurry up and go away. And I want you to feel it because you're giving it a voice. You're acknowledging it, and then it will automatically go away. Ooh, Marilee, crawling skin. Just make sure if you're trying to itch or anything that you have to keep tapping, because that's my rule, to keep tapping. Keep tapping. I feel like my skin is crawling. Crawling skin. And my throat still hurts. It's getting stronger. My head hurts. My head still hurts. My skin is crawling. My throat hurts. My head hurts. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. All this overwhelm. I'm tired of feeling overwhelmed. I just want it to go away. And I want to magically get all these things done. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I wish I didn't feel overwhelmed anymore. I know it's starting to shift. Overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. Now I just want you to pay attention to the thoughts that are fluttering through your mind now. You might be starting to get some ideas on what you need to do first. You might be starting to get some ideas on who could help you. You might be starting to get some thoughts on maybe I don't need to do this, or maybe you can change the deadline. Just notice, because as you get out of that overwhelmed state and you're moving out of the fight, flight, freeze, you move into the executive part of your brain, and what that does is opens up your thoughts. That's where you're able to set goals and think clearly, and it's your creative part of your brain. And so just notice new things that are coming into your mind. Okay? And I'm going to have you stop here and take another deep breath in. And we're going to remeasure that. So go ahead and say, I am overwhelmed. And remeasure that on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, you're not feeling overwhelmed at all. If it feels less intense, your number went down. And 10, you're feeling super overwhelmed. And if it got worse, your number went up. So post in the comments below where you're at so I can get a gauge, and notice where it is in your body. Is it still in your throat, your head, your kidneys, your shoulders, or did it move somewhere else? And if you have water near you, it's a good idea to take a little sip of that as well. Marilee, you're down to a 1. Awesome. Where is it in your body? And just notice that. And I know between tapping and taking notes and jotting here in the computer, it takes a little bit. So if you want to start tapping again, feel free. Down to a 1, feeling more calm. Head still hurts a little. Oh, you love the idea of things being done magically. Yeah, me too. Awesome. So Patty, you're at a 1. Your throat still hurts. Kim, you're absolutely welcome. I just knew there's a lot of my friends feeling overwhelmed right now. And in order for us to be successful and help serve the world like we're meant to, we need to clear this crap out so we can keep going. Denise, your head still hurts. You're still 2, but you keep wanting to settle back down in your, oh, it wants to go back in your shoulders. Marilee, you're buying into the magic? All right. So I'll add that in. All right, back to the top. Start tapping again, or wherever you are tapping if you're already tapping. I'm still feeling overwhelmed. I'm still feeling overwhelmed. My head still hurts a little bit. My head still hurts a little bit. And it keeps wanting to settle back down in my shoulders. I don't want it to go in my shoulders. I don't want it there. I want this overwhelm out once and for all. Tap ahead. Overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. There's just too much overwhelm. It's still in my head. It's still in my throat. And I feel it in my eyes. Overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. I would love it if all these things could just magically get done for me. Overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. And maybe they can. Maybe they can magically get done. Maybe I'll be open to that possibility. Because I like that idea. But sometimes it feels like I have to do it all myself. All these things I have to do myself. But what if I gave some of them to the universe to do? I wonder if that could help. I wonder what that would look like. That could be magical. If all these things just magically got done, that would be awesome. I like that thought and that feeling way better. Feels way better than overwhelm. Overwhelm. Remaining overwhelm. Remaining overwhelm. Remaining overwhelm. Remaining pain in my head. Remaining pain in my throat. Remaining pain in my eyes. All this overwhelm. I'm going to have you stop here and take another deep breath in and let that go. And I want you to go ahead and say, I am overwhelmed, and re-measure that on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, you're not feeling any overwhelm at all. 10, you're super overwhelmed. I know you guys, your numbers are pretty low, so I'm wondering who's at a 0 and what new ideas are popping into your head. So just take a moment here to share that and write that down and notice the better feeling in your body as you've released some of the overwhelm. Denise, you're at a 0.5. So I'm going to ask you, why aren't you a 0? And notice what pops into your mind after I say that. Why aren't you a 0? And you'll have some little answer there that will tell you why you're not a 0. So that's what you want to tap on. Yay, Patty's at a 0. Woo woo! Woo! So your throat is feeling all good now? Oh, that's a good question, Denise. Am I willing to choose? So do you have to choose what's on your to-do list? Is that part of what the choosing is? You have to choose this over that? Yeah, so that's a good question for yourself. Am I willing to choose? Awesome. I'm glad your throat is good, Patty. All right. So I'm thinking that I'm waiting for the other comments to come in, but I want to share with you. And I like to tap and talk. So good. You guys have a lot of changes. This is awesome. Thank you. So just keep tapping for a moment, and I'm going to remind you of something that you've probably heard of before, but sometimes when we're in overwhelm, we can't think of it again. And it has to do with getting things done magically. So Jerry and Esther Hicks shared this list that Esther Hicks would use with Abraham whenever she had so many things to do. She would take a sheet of paper, and on that sheet of paper, so she'd just draw a line right down the center of it, and on one side she'd write her name, on the other side she'd write the universe. And the things that she absolutely had to get done, like she felt like she needed to do, she'd put on her side of the paper, and the things that she thought somebody else could help her with, she put on the universe side of paper. And magically things would get done. So I invite you, like right after we're done here, to do that with your list of to-dos, with your birthday parties that you have, Marilee, Patty, with all the things that you need to get done for your business, and Kim, all the things that you need to get done with your book. And awesome, Kim, I'm glad you burped. We celebrate burps here. Woo-hoo! Awesome. Yes, I love that. So just go ahead and take a moment, another moment for yourself when we're done. We'll just wrap this up in just a moment, and make your magic list, the side for you and the side for the universe, and see what happens. Like, just the idea of that brings some energy, some positive energy, and some excitement to this, where you're not feeling overwhelmed, and now the possibility that you can get some help from the universe is pretty exciting. So I really want to thank you guys for joining me here today. Thank you for chiming in. It's really helpful, so I can help you with exactly where you're at and what you have going on when you comment. So thank you very much. And I want to make sure that you are following Julie Jacky, Coach and EFT Practitioner page. And you can go click on that following to make sure you have it set so the notifications are on. And some people like to see it first in their newsfeed because I post a lot of inspirational stuff. So you can select that too if you'd like. And I'm planning to do some Tapping Tuesdays that are live. And I want to pop in more. I just feel like there's so much happening right now, and people need this tapping so they can have relief in their body and feel calm and be able to be productive. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining, and have a super great day. Thanks. Bye, you guys.